Hello, it's Anand here from Osho, Ireland. And as you can see, this is actually a recorded meditation this meditation technique is being recorded as opposed to me doing it on Facebook Live. And when you hear the instructions, you'll understand. And you may be wondering why it's kind of quite dark. Well, shortly or in a minute, it's going to get a lot darker. So this is the 76th meditation technique that I'm going to share with you this evening. And the instructions are: in rain during a black night, enter that blackness as the form of forms. So Osho shares that this is the first of the darkness meditation techniques. So before I go into this specific technique, I'd love to share with you my own experience when I was in Pune. And they have a basement area down in one of the buildings, and you can do a darkness meditation, and it's pitch black. And I had a wonderful experience doing this, the darkness. And for me, I came out of it totally, very deeply relaxed in a way that I never had before. And I've been practicing this technique all week. And again, it's pretty wonderful. But a lot comes up, and that's what I'm going to share with you now. Osho shares, or says, there has been one very old esoteric school about which you may not have heard. The school was known as the School of the Essenes. I'll spell that, Essenes. Jesus was taught in that school. He belonged to the Essenes group. That Essene group is the only group all over the world that thinks of God as absolute darkness. The Essenes is the only tradition in the world which says that God is absolute blackness, absolute darkness, just an infinite black night. So he goes on to talk about that and the symbolism of darkness, and the darkness being the mother. And for this technique, he suggests that as a preliminary, that we become comfortable with darkness, because we live in a very light-filled world. If you think about how much light we have all the time around us, both during the day and at night, and that there's a primal fear around darkness. So this technique is about us getting used to the darkness first before going out into a black night that's rainy. And if you're like me, living in Ireland, you get a lot of rainy black nights. So what Osho says about this, he says, so whenever you have have the opportunity to be in the dark and awake, because you can do two things: either you can put on the light or you can go to sleep. Both are tricks to escape the darkness. If you are asleep, then you are not afraid because you are not conscious. Or if you are conscious, then you will put on the light. Don't put on the light and don't go to sleep. Remain with the darkness. Many fears will be felt. Feel them. Be aware of them. Bring them to your conscious. They will come by themselves, and as they come, you remain just a witness. They will disappear, and very soon a day will come when you can be in darkness with total surrender, with no fear, with a total let go. You can be in darkness. Then a very beautiful phenomenon happens. Then you can appreciate the saying of the Essenes that God is darkness, absolute darkness. So together, well, we're not doing it together right now, but if you want to come along with me, I'm going to put out the light out in a minute. I'm just going to blow this candle. And we will keep our eyes open. And what Osho says is, it's about sitting in darkness with your eyes open, not closed. Now you can lie or you can sit, but your eyes must be open. And Be a witness to any fears coming up around darkness, things that you think are moving, creeping around, and so forth. And if you can, surrender and allow the darkness to come inside you. Just sitting and allowing that darkness to enter through your eyes and witness and see what happens. It can be pretty cool. That's been my experience anyway. So we'll sit together. I'm going to put the light out now in a second, and we'll sit together in darkness for about 15 or 20 minutes for this meditation, but I'd recommend that you do it for 1 hour. Osho says in this that sit in your room in darkness for 1 hour every day for 3 months and something miraculous can happen. They're around. Or go up into a very dark mountain for 7 days and be in darkness there. Whatever's your preference. So, but this meditation I'm doing is 15 minutes, but normally I do this sit in darkness with my eyes open for an hour. And the meditation will end when I hit the 3 bells. So I hope you will enjoy this darkness meditation, and I'm going to put out the light. Thank you for joining me in this darkness meditation. Um, Try it for a longer period. Um, I find that when I get up very early in the morning, around 6 a.m., it's still very dark. That's a nice time for me where I'm less likely to fall asleep. Um, See what works for yourself. And I will see you next Sunday at 11 a.m. for the 77th meditation technique. Thank you. Bye bye.